Stay with us, still ahead. I'm not very happy about this story, if I'm honest. Calendar Boys, why Worcestershire features big in the 2015 edition of Dull Men of Great Britain.
And here in the West Midlands, the weather is becoming increasingly unsettled as low pressure really takes a hold. Find out all the information about the weekend in my full forecast later in the programme.
A former alcoholic who turned her life around and then helped to save a stranger's life is in line for a Woman of the Year award. Claire Bolitho donated one of her kidneys to mark 21 years of staying sober.
Well, Claire, who lives in Shropshire, eventually met the recipient of her kidney, and the two women have become close friends. James Clark reports.
March the 15th is a special day for these two. It's the anniversary of the day in 2011 when Marion Pattinson's life was saved by Claire Bolitho. Back then, the pair were complete strangers living in different parts of the Midlands, but earlier this year, ITV News cameras were there as the women, now firm friends, had their annual get-together.
I can't thank her enough for making my life so much better. It feels really strange when you're sitting next to a person and you know you've got
kidney's down there.
Kidney,
It's really
some
weird.
part of another person's body inside you.
Now Claire, who works as a vet in Albrighton, is a finalist in this year's Women of the Year Awards, which take place on Monday. 450 women have been invited to a lavish lunch in London, where a handful of them will be presented with awards chosen by a panel, including MP Tessa Jowell, broadcaster Esther Ranson, and viewers of ITV's Lorraine.
I wanted to do something to commemorate my new life and in some way try and give something back to the system that had given me so much in enabling me to stop drinking.
Marion, who is diabetic, won't be attending the ceremony on Monday, but she'll no doubt be crossing her fingers that Claire walks away with a prize. Either way, it'll give them plenty to chat about at their next get-together. James Clark, ITV News.
Lovely story and good luck to her. Now, the national and international news is just a few moments away. Charlene White has the headlines.
UKIP claim they are on the march after winning one parliamentary by-election and narrowly losing another. Former Tory MP Douglas Carswell won Clacton to become the party's first elected MP. Labour held on to Haywood and Middleton, but only after UKIP slashed their majority. And schoolgirl campaigner Malala Yousafzai, the teenager targeted by the Taliban, wins the Nobel Peace Prize. More on her remarkable story with Alistair Stewart and me at 6:30.
Right, sport is next. Steve is here. What have you got for us?
Well, we'll have the latest on Wasps' move to the Rico, including the thoughts of Coventry's manager and a Wasps player who is also a Sky Blues fan. Plus, I head to a football tournament with a difference.
ITV Central Sports Report, sponsored by WeWantAnyCar.com, the Cash for Cars website.
Coventry City manager Stephen Presley has told ITV News Central he isn't concerned by the news that London rugby club Wasps will be moving into the Rico Arena in December. The Sky Blues have only recently returned to the stadium after a spell themselves playing in Northampton, and as it stands, the idea is for Coventry to share the facility with the rugby club.
I'll be honest, it doesn't concern me in the respect that I only get concerned about things that I have influence over. That's a decision that's been made by the powers that be. They have to decide on what they believe is best for the city, and really have no further comment to make on that.
Well, former Worcester rugby star and Coventry City fan Andy Goode has been quick to reassure Sky Blues fans that the decision by his current side Wasps to move to the Rico Arena won't negatively impact on the football club that he's always supported.
Yeah, quite simply, Coventry City play on Saturdays. We play our rugby games on Sundays. So home games here for Coventry will continue as they are. There'll be no change for the club there, and we'll play our home games on Sundays here at the Rico Arena too. It's a brilliant stadium. One of the best. It will be the best rugby stadium in the country, it's a fantastic opportunity to play here and build a big future for the club.
Well, Goode also played for Leicester Tigers. They are at home to Harlequins tonight. and are blaming injuries on their almost unprecedented run of 3 straight Premiership defeats. In a moment, Peter Bean gets the thoughts of one of the club's most recent signings, 39-year-old Brad Thorne, a man who has played rugby league for Australia and union for New Zealand. But first, here's Richard Cockerell.
I'll see what people are made of, and we'll expose some characters, and we'll expose some personalities that'll be very good or very bad, and that's how you react under pressure is the key, and how you deal with defeat and disappointment and adversity is the most important bit, and we'll get through it and we'll be better the other side of it.
Even with your wealth of experience in both codes, have you come across an injury crisis like this? More than 20 players out at one time?
Yeah, it's crazy. No, I haven't. So closest I've been was the Broncos, and we had a whole heap of backline players out, which sort of killed our season. But this is a huge amount.
So to a football tournament with a difference. All the players in this one either are or have been homeless. It's organised by the Salvation Army and attracts sides from all over the country to Birmingham. Oh, and a former England player was there too. Under the shadow of Spaghetti Junction, football teams from across the country have come together for a tournament and to share experiences. All the players have either been or currently are homeless. Among the teams from right across Britain, one that couldn't be closer to home, Birmingham.
Yeah, it's fun, you know what I mean? It's just all about having the fun and meeting the guys, you know, and seeing how they're doing and see what they've come away from, you know what I mean? It's just great to be in their company, you know, a lot of these guys have been through so much, you know what I mean? They need a chance, you know what I mean? They need a chance to get back to, you know, some sort of reality in their lives, some sort of family atmospheres, and so I know that there's people there that do love them, you know what I mean, that have been in the same situations.
The games give all those taking part a chance to build friendships, confidence and even pick up some new skills. Former England and Arsenal star Tony Adams came to watch and even gave a bit of coaching.
More than happy to come along and support it, and I'm due to do a little bit of a training session with them as well, if I stay dry, that is. But no, they've got over 200 lads here today, 32 teams, and they do some great work with the homeless.
It's great as far as building teamwork, relationships as far as the teams are concerned. You see the guys here, although there's a lot of competitive spirit, they're all supporting each other, and it really helps move people away from isolation and makes them part of a community, really. So we're really encouraged by it.
The eventual winners of the Partnership Trophy were, for the second year running, Logos House from Bristol. But if ever there was a sports event where taking part was as important as winning, this was it.